What is up, winning team? So I've come on here because I'm exercising my free will, and I just want to tell you guys about this random dream I had. Like, this is not one of those, oh, God said this or like anything, but like it's just one of them dreams that I had where I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's that? But also, I feel like it's one of those dreams where my feelings were like the root cause of the dream itself, you know? Anyway, I do think the dream state is a creative place, actually, now that I think about it, because your subconscious can just become anything and everything to like display what's happening. And that's what I love about creativity. Like, I've been thinking a lot about this ever since I'm in my new journey of songwriting, which is very different to choreography, or at least how I used to choreograph. Because I was never really like a choreographer. Like, I just would put moves together, like, because I wasn't really being creative about it. That's because I wasn't really able to, because I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I've been in like a creative block like my entire life. Even though I've been doing creative things, it doesn't make any sense. But I can tell when I watch other people dancing that like they're connected to something within them that they're like creating with, whereas I'm more like, well, I know these dance moves and I know how to like, I have rhythm and I put it together. So it's never been like, it was never like artwork, if you will. But ever since this songwriting thing, there's no hiding. Like, you can't just put words together and it just doesn't happen that way. But anyways, before I get into that, I just have a lovely interaction with my neighbours. Like, shouts out to my neighbours. Like, on the note of this whole me realising my issues, my neighbours are absolute sweethearts, some of them. And so I've already spoken about my neighbours, my closest neighbours on the right side. And it's weird because the woman who used to live there, she was an older lady, and she used to have this dog. They used to just bark at literally everyone. And she moved, which I was really happy for her. She moved to go live with her daughter up north, because I was worried about her because her dog died. Her daughter had like moved out. And she was just an older woman, like alone next door. And lovely lady though, absolutely lovely. And she, her last project, which is crazy to think about now that there's a new couple living there, was she dug out like outside of her house. She realized that there's a tree. Like, she made me realize this because we're talking about it. There's a tree in front of the patch of all of our houses. And she was like, none of us can grow anything at the front of this house because the roots of that tree are taking up all the water. Which, that tree, it seems like it's quite far away, but like now that it's spring and all the like leaves and like flowers on it, it's like a couple steps from my front door. And you can tell more because of, you know, spring. Everything's green, everything's hairy, and I don't know why I call it hairy, but it just does look like that. And so, yeah, so she's a lovely lady anyways. And so, yeah, that made me really think as well about trees and roots, because I talked to you guys before about like, you know, the idea of being like planted in Christ is like our roots, trees can intertwine roots. Because I remember having this thought one day. I was sitting at the pond and the crow, hey, Mr. Crow or Mrs. Hello. One day I'm going to specifically dedicate a day to the crows, like to befriend a crow. One day I'm going to do it. Because I just feel like it fits my aesthetic that I would just have a bestie that is a crow. I feel like we're just like one and the same. They're always by themselves. I'm always by myself, you know. And once you get cool with them, they're very loyal. So, kind of like my thing. That's my whole thing with relationships, which we're going to come into, by the way. This is why I'm bringing up my neighbours. But yeah, like roots. So I was sitting under the tree once at the pond, and it started to rain, and I was calling out to God to let it rain. I was like, God, let it rain, make it pour, like, you know, how I talk to the Lord. And then the tree didn't actually get wet. This is a side note for another day, but I didn't actually get wet because of the leaves. And that's why I wasn't getting wet, because the tree was like protecting me. Side note, that's the side note. What I really wanted to mention is I realized that, like, as I'm sitting on the bench, the same tree I'm talking about, my feet are like on the roots of the trees. Now, me and trees, we have had a past. I used to hate trees. I used to find walking down this exact road so scary because I used to walk right like across here at 9 o'clock coming home from work at Decathlon when I was like 16, 17. And it used to freak me out walking down this road. So the fact that I just like love trees now. Also, when we were living in Zimbabwe, once upon a time, there was a tree outside our house that got struck by lightning and it fell. It actually fell down in front of the house, like towards the house. And it's kind of a miracle that it didn't hit the house. So yeah. And also one of our houses in Zimbabwe, we had to get people to come and remove a tree. I can't remember why they had to come and remove it, but it took forever to remove that tree. Like, it was a huge tree, and people, like, these guys came and they, like, similar to what I'm seeing now. That's why I'm not surprised that the last time I was walking through there, that they cut off a lot of the branches, because trees are obviously heavy. You can't just like chop wood randomly. You can't just chop down a tree because it could be dangerous. So I've been knowing that since I was a kid. Anyways, it was really interesting. Anyway, she moved out. Thank God, because poor lady, like, I felt so bad for her, like, you know, that she was just alone. And then after I think she finished that project, she made a beautiful little garden actually outside, which the new neighbours haven't really kept up, which is not their business to. Like, if they don't want to, it's their place, like, do what you want. But yeah, they're lovely, those guys. And so I bumped into them quite a lot, actually. I forget the name of the husband, but I remember the wife's name. And so yeah, they're really nice. Love them. Like, and then my other neighbours, the ones who I just saw, I saw the wife at first, and then I saw the husband afterwards, because they got in the car together. So sweet, like, so sweet. Like, there's a reason I'm telling you guys all this stuff. There's a group of people walking together, older folks, and it's a Sunday morning. It's giving, we're coming from church and we're all doing buddy. Anyway, oh yeah, that's why I'm thinking this church here is open. Of course, it was a Sunday. The only time the church is open is on that frigging Sunday morning. Like, we need to be open. I would happily, by the way, work at a church like through the night, because I'm a night owl. The thing is, not in this town, because I don't know, anything to do with humans and human relationships with me in this town, it's just going to end badly, always. Can't explain it. Hold on. Wow, it is. Hold on. Guys, teenagers are just a crazy thing. It's so weird, like, especially like the fact that I don't have children, because on the one hand, I absolutely love them, and then sometimes I'm just like, I'm so glad I don't have kids. Like, sometimes not when I'm working with them. Like, I don't know, it's so weird. I feel like as soon as a child is under my responsibility to any extent, they don't bother me. But like, when I'm watching from the outside, I'm like, hell no. But anyway, so the other neighbours I was just talking about, older couple, very sweet, who I just saw. And honestly, she looked absolutely beautiful. Like, she had I don't know if he had got the flowers for her, but she was holding a bouquet of flowers. And I was just like, how stunning. Like, she just looked gorgeous, like, older lady, with her flowers, and she was like smiling. And yeah, like, they're so nice. I realized I have a problem, basically, because what happened is how I got kind of cool with them. Now, again, they're quite interesting because he built like a shed outside the front of their house to store his motorbikes. I didn't even realize he was like into motorbikes, which is really cool. And he was telling me, yeah, I'm just a bit too old now, like, to be like riding the way I used to when I was younger. And I was like, that's so gang, like, that's sick. And they helped their daughter build like a house in a van situation. And that was really cool to watch, because they would always be like building it outside the house. And the way that I became cool with them was one day, it was when it was snowing some years back. They came outside, this older British couple, and I just started throwing snowballs at them. out of nowhere, like because we all come out to see the snow, and I just out of nowhere, I don't know what went through my head, I just start throwing snowballs at them, and then they start throwing snowballs back at me, and we end up in a snowball fight, and it was just so funny because it's one of those moments where I just made an impulsive decision. I could have ended badly, like, but I just had a feeling that they would be down for it. It was so funny the way they switched, and they were like, what? And then we started throwing snowballs at each other, and it was so funny. So funny. I say all this to say, and I haven't even got to the dream, I've realised I can't actually form relationships past the superficial level anymore. Like, superficially, like, because I barely know my neighbours. Like, we don't talk all the time. We don't get into deep conversations. We talk about different things, and like we kind of know about each other's lives and stuff like that. But like, I can't form, because whenever I'm out and about and I'm on random escapades and like I meet random groups of people, because it happens to me all the time, where I just meet random people and and I'll end up like befriending a whole random group of people out of nowhere because I'll just be somewhere, and it's so funny how that happens. Like, that's why when I go out alone, like the time I went to Wetherspoons in the morning, because I had a dream that I went to Wetherspoons for breakfast. So then I went to Wetherspoons for breakfast, and then end up befriending this whole group of, like, again, older folks, because they were like, oh, you by yourself? And then they bought me a pint. So they were drinking at like 10 in the morning, whatever. They bought me a pint of beer, right? I was like, that was kind of wholesome. And so they did. I'm going to sit here for a little bit. They did. And then we ended up talking for like 2 hours. Like, I bought them a round of drinks as well, because I thought that was really sweet of them, like when it was, like, a bit later. So I bought them a round of drinks as well. But I was just having a random conversation. I don't think I have the ability to form any kind of human relationship past the superficial one. And it's actually a problem. Like, it's actually an issue, because as soon as a relationship gets past the point of like what I'm talking about now, like now I'm like wanting to like actually accept you as being a part of my life. Every single thing about that is terrifying to me. Like, every single thing about it, every single thing is terrifying to me about it, because I'm like, something's going to go wrong. Like, I'm going to come across the wrong way. I don't know what the rules are of relationships these days. Like, relationships just seem so complicated these days. Like, all the rules, especially with the rise of social media, where we all are now, where like everybody's always like on their phones and like accessible. And so it's like, some people get offended. I remember I met this really nice guy like years ago, and I was quite surprised, like, given his age. Really lovely guy. He was like an artist, and he was making really good money, like from like being an artist and a creative producer. Like, he showed me his website and everything. And how we met is, it was one of these days where I just went to London just to hang a couple of years ago. So I'm in London, and I've just gone to sit at this park, and it's a really nice park, and I was enjoying it because it was super wholesome. Like, I don't know how I found myself at this particular park, but at this particular park, there was like, it was all dads and their kids, right? It was all dads and their kids, and like the kids were all playing like in the playground and like around the place, because there was like grass areas, there was like playground parts, and then there was also like table tennis tables, like ping pong, and like all this stuff's like, and they're also playing music. So I don't know who brought the speaker, but shout out to the person who always brings the speaker. My brother is that person as well in life. My brother is the one who always has a speaker, like, and it will always be the one playing the speaker. I remember because my brother's more like into like he's more like the socialite. Like, if my brother was out like this walking at me, he'll know everyone. He'll be like, oh yeah, hi. And they all know him from the oldest to the youngest person. He was telling me one time, I was walking with him, and we bumped into this woman. He's like, yeah, I walk her dog sometimes. I was like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, I've walked her dog for whatever. And I was just like, okay. And then he'll like, no, just like the oldest person, and just, he's very social, my brother, with the exact polar opposites actually, in that aspect, where like when he's having these interactions, that's why I think sometimes it works, because he can like have his moment and be all social, and I'll just be behind. But like when I was at uni, he would always be the one. I would call him, I'd be like in the middle of a party. Now that I think about it, poor guy. And I'll be like at a club or like at a party or something, and a song will play, and I'll call him. I'll be like, "What's the name of this song? Because I knew he would know the song." What was the point in me bringing that up? My brother, he's one person who actually maintains like long-term relationships, because like he's still friends with his friends from school, yada yada yada, and I'm just like, that's really impressive. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how to do it. Like I physically don't know. Like this is what I've been realizing. Like there's something about the social thing. I don't know the social rules. Oh, this guy. So this guy, yeah, we exchange numbers. Oh,
I was side-eyeing you so much.
this is so cute. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. That is absolutely adorable, because I noticed that young guy, right? I noticed him because when I was walking up this road, I saw him and I was thinking, you're a bit young. Why are you just like, whatever? And then he walks up the road again. And I'm thinking, is he lost? Like, I'm always, like I say, I look at every child as if they're like my own child. So I'm always like monitoring them while I'm out. I'm always like watching what's happening. And now I see that he just met up with this girl, and they just had they're having a cute conversation about how he couldn't find where she is. Oh, that's so precious. Oh, I miss being a child. I'm going to be 29 in like 8 days. Oh, literally someone shoot me. Someone kill me. Kill me now. Like, kill me. Like, oh gosh, getting older. But yeah, so back to the dream, actually. That's a good way to... No, let's get to the guy, then come back to the dream. So I can't believe we spent all this time and haven't got to the dream, but whatever, free will. So I'm at this park here, and I'm just sitting there. And this guy's like... This story's about to take a turn. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and then this guy, yeah, he comes and sits next to me on the bench. I'm just vibing. Like, I'm just there. Like, I bought myself like a cherry boost energy drink, which I have one at home, which I'm going to have when I get back. I can't wait. I'm sitting there, and I'm just having like my cherry boost. It's like I've mentioned, it's an energy drink. I think I did. I don't know. But anyway, I'm in the park, and I'm catching the vibe, because it's such a nice vibe, because like all the like dads are there, they're all playing like games together, they're all like doing all of this, and then the kids are just around, and then they're all kind of monitoring all the kids at the same time, and then the kids are all just playing, and it just felt like a really safe environment to be in, you know. So I was just there, just enjoying the vibe of it all. And then this guy comes and sits next to me, and he's like, "Hey, can you help me with something?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "What do I need help with?" So basically he wanted me to help him like roll his cigarette, which, yes guys, I do know how to roll. Like I can even roll in peace. But that line, "You don't even believe in Jesus, why you got a Jesus piece?" Like, that line, yeah, hits so hard. And Roll in Peace is actually a sick song. I haven't listened to that in years, but yeah, "You ain't even believe in Jesus, why you got a Jesus piece?" Because I used to be thinking that. If you want to leave, just leave. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm there. So I was like, okay, fine. Because he's basically explaining to me that like he cut his hand because a woman like who was 22, like he was like older, he's like probably like 50. Yeah. And he was like, so I'm thinking again, yeah, this is like an episode of Last Night what I was talking about, yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, he's there like asking me to roll the thing for him, and I'm just like, oh, you know what, why not? You know, I'm all in my feels. I'm all feeling safe. There's all fathers around, yeah, and children just having fun. So I'm just here, just like in the vibe, in the middle of North London, yeah. He comes over, he's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure. So I'm like rolling the thing for him, yeah, and then he's like, explaining to me why he can't do it very well, which obviously he can do it. Now that I think about it, now that I'm telling the story, I'm thinking there's something that's not adding up here, because what were you doing before I was here? You obviously been doing this. Like, you obviously probably do this like a number of times a day. Why are you now asking? So was that just an angle? Like, this is where I'd be looking back at stories, and it's only to the first time right now as I'm telling you guys this that I'm thinking that, was this just an angle to start a conversation? Because then he's telling me he has this huge scar like in his hand. Basically, like a girl who was 22, like at the time I was 25, I don't know. Like apparently, like she smashed like a bottle, and she like slashed his hand. So his hand, like, it had a horrible big scar. So it's hard for me to like roll now, whatever. But then also, you're now talking to another young woman in her 20s, her early 20s. So you haven't learned your lesson, evidently, because like we are more immature. Like, I have matured in the last 4 years. This is why I'm miserable now, which is actually going to take us to my dream in a second. That's why I'm miserable now, because like I was all fun and games like a couple of years back, and it was all like everything sounded so much fun. Like I remember being 21 and like I remember being 19, 18, 19 at uni with all my friendship groups, and we're all doing all these things. We're all going out, we're all getting dressed. You know what I mean? And I was all enjoying life. Like now I'm nearly 30 and I'm like, screw this. Like, forget this. Like, forget this. Like, this is just not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I've got to be here. What did I do to deserve this? So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm thinking, just like I said yesterday, like, you're not learning your lesson. Like, I think this a lot of times about men. Like, you didn't learn your lesson. Like, they'll tell me a story of a woman, yeah, and then they're doing the same thing again. Like, it's like I was saying yesterday about the guy who I was talking to at like 2 a.m. who approached me, and he's like, yeah, he's been cheated on two or three times, and every time he's given everything to this woman. I'm like, you should stop telling women everything. I think men, yeah, should stop telling women everything they have to offer and come across as the most just humble guy, because that's how you're gonna attract the right type of woman, not flashing everything. Because then also, why do you want somebody who just loves you only because of what you do for them and they don't love you as a person? Like, but anyway, like, find somebody that appreciates and loves you for who you are. And if you see like the truly happy couples, it's usually like that. They're like best friends. They like each other. Like they actually like spending time together. Like everything else is just the backdrop. Because that's how I look at like dating. Even like that's why I'm not a fan of like big fancy dates or like, because you are the event. Like everything else is just the backdrop. So we could be freaking sitting on the grass right now, like right here where I am on this bench. And we could like, if I'm like, anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So this guy, yeah, he's telling me all of this. And again, he's just telling me all of this right off the bat while I'm here rolling the thing. And I'm just like, okay. Anyways, so he was like, yeah, I work in art. Like we should exchange details, whatever. He then messages me like the next day. And then we had a few back and forths. Then the day after that, he messaged me and I do not respond for a couple of hours, right? And now I think at the time it's because I was working, but I'm also a believer that nobody has the right to tell you what to do with your time. Like if I ask somebody like, oh, hey, are you available? Like say I ask somebody like, are you available tomorrow? This is what I mean about like relationship rules that I don't understand. If I ask you, right, hey, are you available tomorrow? And say tomorrow you're actually free, like you don't have work, but you don't want to do anything. I believe it is your 100% right to say, no, I'm not available. You don't need to explain your time to me. Like, if you want to sit and stare at the wall for the entire day, you don't have to tell me or give me an excuse. That is your prerogative. Like, if I'm gonna see you, let it be because you want to be there, not because you feel pressured, and don't feel like you have to explain. Because that's something I don't like that I feel like is explained, like expected these days, which I don't expect. Like, you don't have to explain your time to me. Like, you don't have to explain your time. Your time is your own. If you don't want to, or you're unavailable, just say unavailable. Okay. I don't care what you're doing at the time. I don't care if you decided you're going to binge watch Netflix all day. I'm not entitled to your time. And I feel like people are very entitled. Like, that's my problem. Like, people are very, very entitled to your time. Like, okay, it just got a bit cooler and the crowds are looking great and it's looking like it's going to rain soon. So, kind of loving that. But yeah, the temperature just suddenly kind of dropped a little. So I think it's going to start raining soon. Anyway, and so like, you're not obligated to explain your time to me. I don't feel that way. I'm not offended. If you tell me you took a whole week off, you didn't speak to me for a week because I don't care personally, because it's your time. I want you to be happy. I want you to like, you're in control of your own life. And like, to me, the way I look at it is everything is inevitable. Like, if we're friends, if we're supposed to be friends, if we're supposed to be anything, like, it will happen when it's supposed to happen. Like, I'm very like mentally free in that aspect. So yeah, this guy gets upset, yeah, and I didn't respond to him. And I was thinking, first of all, sir, you're like in your 50s. Like, I expect more from you. Like, you were here at the times when social media and all this wasn't a thing and you'd have to send a letter and it'd take 2 weeks to get to someone. Like, how are you now? Well, he's like, I just don't think that. And again, it was getting emotional. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's so emotional. I just don't think you're taking this very seriously. I'm like, taking what seriously? I met you 2 days ago. I don't know you. What's there to take serious at this moment in time? Like, there's nothing to be taken serious here because I don't know you. Like, I don't know you. I'm giving you the opportunity to get to know each other. It's been like 2 days, like, or however many, like, it's been a couple days. And then grown ass mother freaking man blocked me. I was floored. What do you mean he blocked me? What do you mean the grown ass freaking man blocked me? Like, this is what I mean. Like, when I'm saying that, like, some of the stuff I say about adults and how they behave like children, where I'm like, I'm talking to a supposed grown man, yeah, and he's telling me a story about, and also, what do you expect when you go for younger women? Like, that's the other thing I feel like men need to actually like wise up. Like, if you're gonna like talk to a younger woman, like, wise the freak up. Like, we're not going to be like whatever the hell the older women are, like mature. We're going to be immature and unwise in a lot of ways. Like, what do you expect? Now, obviously, a lot of guys, they think they want that, but they actually don't. Because when faced with it, they get frustrated. Oh, these guys are sick. They think they want that, but they actually don't. And that's just another conversation for another day. So this guy, yeah. And that brings me back to my dream, right? And about just like living. So in my dream, this is what happened. I was like walking, not this road, but another road near where I am. I was walking, and as I was walking, I see a guy, like, I'm just like standing by one of the bus stops, and I see a guy like laying on the floor, like with his arms like crossed behind his back, as if like he was getting arrested, but no one else was there, like he wasn't being arrested. And then no one's doing anything, right? And so then he calls the police on himself, and then the police, they come and they like arrest him. And then somebody else comes and chimes into the conversation and is like, no, don't arrest him. Like, give him a chance. And I stopped to say to this person, like, he wants to be arrested. Like, can you not tell that he wants to be arrested? And he was like, yeah, she's right. I was like, I am so curious where this is going. Yeah, so he wants to be, I'm like, he wants to be arrested. And then the person's like, no, but why would he want to be arrested? And I was like, because obviously, like, basically this whole conversation. Wait. I have to hear what happens here. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, so basically, I saw a lady come out from one house and then walk to knock at another house's door. So I was like, what is she going there for? I'm so curious. Yeah, they took one of her they took in her parcel. Classic neighborhood vibes. Yeah, classic neighbors. Yeah, going back to the neighbor thing. Love neighbors. Anyway, so yeah, so this guy was like, and so the whole premise, I think, of this dream, because like the guy who was trying to get arrested, yeah, was looking at me as if like, oh, she gets it, like, because I did get it. Like, some things in life, like some events that are happening to you, like, you actually would prefer that option than the other options you have. Like, I've actually thought about, like, should I just do something heinous crime just so I can get arrested? Like, genuinely go to prison. Like, I won't have to think about like paying my bills. Like, I won't have to worry about food. I won't have to like, and also, most importantly, no one can contact me whatsoever. I've genuinely thought about doing a crime just to go to prison. And the thing is, I don't think I'll end up in prison in the same way that I've tried to kill myself so many times and I just never end up dead. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I actually can't believe it. Like, the fact that I was in hospital last year, and at this point, I'm hemorrhaging my health intentionally, right? And I go to hospital, and then they do all these tests. They did x-rays, they did blood work, they did this and that, and all they came up with is high blood pressure. How the hell is that it? Like, and then now, me knowing, like, early this year, somebody who's adjacent to my life, let's say, at the moment, and destined to be a lot closer in my life, you know, they are, you know, parent committed suicide, their mother. And also, just in the last few weeks, I found out that a woman who I consider, she's not my auntie, but I consider her to be an auntie. I consider her like family. Like, I've seen her more than I've seen a lot of my actual family, my blood relatives, as I call them. she's got cancer, and like they don't expect her to last longer than the rest of this year. And I'm just like, how, like, how? Because somebody like me, when I see people suffering and I see people going through certain things, like I see people, you know, the classic, like whatever people are doing like in life, that's why I don't judge them. Like I don't judge anyone for that exact reason, because I'm like, you don't know what kind of suffering they're going through, and who gives you the right to judge the way they're dealing with their suffering? Because there's ways I deal with my suffering that's different to how other people do. Like I think a lot of people deal with their suffering through like a lot of girls, for example, through being promiscuous, like because it's actually it's a psychological fact that promiscuity is a symptom of sexual abuse, right? That's not my cup of tea, but I get the idea. Like I get the idea of like it's not about the sex as much as it's about the obsession with like feeling love and getting attention, and like especially for a lot of women, like feeling like you've lacked in having attention, like positive attention from the male community. So like the short little bursts of interest is something worthwhile. That's something a man, I think if men could understand that, they can understand that, but they can't get past the fact that it's just like, well, as a woman, yeah, you basically are like when none of us are ever begging. Like, you know how they say some of us die from thirst and other us are drowning. Like the men are the dying from the thirst, and us women are the ones drowning, and so they're never really going to like take our perspective the same way, because as far as they're concerned, it's like, well, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to try anything, and da, da, da. But it's like, but then also where's the respect aspect and element? And so that's why I don't judge those girlies. That's why I also don't judge like people who I see who are addicts. Like people are like, oh, this person's an addict, I'm not going to give them any money because they might spend it on drugs. Like, and so what if they do? At least they're trying to live to tomorrow. At least for some reason within them, they want to see tomorrow. Because I don't. I don't want to see tomorrow. I don't care about tomorrow. I don't want to be in tomorrow. I hate this life. Like if I could give my life to every New Year's, like I think about it, like if I could have given my life, like my life force to the people who never made it, like even the people I'm talking about now, if I could give my life force, I would give it. It's not possible for me to do that. I don't want to be here. So I have respect for people that are doing things that at least to make it to tomorrow, at least to make it to the next day, at least who care enough to like keep living, because I don't. Like I really don't. So like this guy in my dream, I feel like he was the personification of this whole thing of like when you just want to just be done, and you're like trying to do everything to be done, and everybody's trying to like convince you like, oh no, like someone else is trying to save them and they feel like they're doing a good thing. It's like when people feel like they're doing a good thing, like listen, oh, I would do this, but I don't want them to spend the money on drugs. Like, who are you to decide? Like, who are you to decide? Who are you to decide? You don't know how somebody might be suffering. They might be actually suffering, like, in life. Like, and you're privileged. The fact that you don't understand that shows you're privileged. Like, it shows the privilege that you think life is actually worth living for. Because that's why I don't judge anyone for any of their actions and nothing. I'm just like, I try to be really understanding to others. And I feel like that's why people open up to me, because I'm not judging them and they can tell like, oh, she's not judging me. Like she's not assuming this or thinking that just because of this, just because of that. I'm just hearing you out, and I'm just going to treat you like a human, and you're a human who matters, and you have value, and your opinion matters, and your feelings matter, and like it matters. And at least I care. Like maybe nobody else cares. Maybe a lot of people don't care, but I care. And so yeah, so that's how I feel about that, and that's like how I be feeling in these things, in these situations. And that's why I just feel like I can't really do the relationship thing of today, of like because I feel like relationships are quite superficial, and they're like serious in thoughts only, in thoughts alone, because we're not like doing the conversations, we're not like we're not actually forging serious connections, and like really, like people don't really know each other. Like I don't think anybody really knows each other, because from the conversations I've had with people personally, when I do talk with people, and again, a lot of my experiences are in situations that are a bit more serious. So like I talk with parents, but like I'm talking to them and they're telling me about what's happening like in their lives, like at home, like stuff like that. And so I understand their lives on like a deeper level, because some of the stuff they're telling me, I don't think they're probably telling a lot of their friends and stuff like that. or even the kids, you know, like, and some of the stuff they're telling me, I'm like, okay. And then even the men, like I said, who just tell me a lot of information about themselves, like a lot of like deep stuff where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like there's all this stuff to do with like female teachers. And the more I hear about female teachers, like I understand why I personally hate teaching, because a lot of these female teachers, like they love the idea of like having like younger guys that are like into them, like, because like, don't get me wrong, like the teenage boys can be a bit cheeky, right? And I have a way to deal with that, like, because I just cuss them out basically. I just cuss them out. Like I'll be like, you don't even have a chest hair, like, dude, like fix up, like you can't even do algebra, like that, you know. I just cuss them out because it's funny. Where there's not a single breath ounce in me that's like interested in a child. Also, there's just so many adults in the world. Like that's the other thing where I'm like, what in the hell has to be inside of you for you to actually like go and choose a child as a grown adult? Like there are grown adults. Like there are grown adults. I don't get it. But these teachers, yeah, these female teachers, I'm hearing more and more stories. I'm hearing stories more and more from guys like who they had a female teacher that was just really inappropriate, and like you're hearing it more of it in the news these days. And they're always like me, like they're always like young, like young women, like who you wouldn't think like, why would she be going for a teenager? But it's a trauma response. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that the world is actually healing. I think people who think they're healed, like I come across so like emotional and chaotic. I feel like I'm the one of the people who's actually doing the healing, because I'm addressing my problems and I'm not just shoving them to the side. You going for a teenage boy, you're not healed. Like, and just the same way like I was saying about this guy who's like 15, he's like, it's been a couple of hours, mate. Like, chill out. Like, you're not my man. Anyway, at this point, I barely know you. You're not healing. Like, the world isn't healing. Like, this is what I've been realizing. The world isn't healing because why? And I know these teachers, yeah, these female teachers, I know exactly what it is. And it circles back to what I said in the beginning about they like the idea that somebody is giving them attention that they feel like they're not getting somewhere else. And then because it's a younger person, they're more easy to manipulate. So it's like a young teenage boy, all these teachers like, oh my gosh, I think my teacher's hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't understand like somebody like actually respecting you or like treating you the way you deserve and all of that kind of stuff. And they're also teenagers and they're going through puberty. So it's like, I think that's such a cheap shot, like as a woman, like to also, by the way, take advantage of a teenage boy. That's just disgusting behavior, and it's such a cheap shot, like cheap loser behavior, like loser, like you're a loser if you're going after like a young boy, like let it rest, like let it go, you know. I remember this one time, this guy, he was 18, approached me and he thought we were the same age. This was a couple of years ago as well. I just don't be telling you guys stuff. I just be coming on here talking as if like I'm not going through all this stuff behind the scenes. And then I just come on here like, so guys, today we're going to read from Job chapter 3. Like, well, meanwhile, anyway, so there was a guy, yeah. He was like 18 and he approached me and I was just like, oh, bless his heart. Like in my head, yeah, it's really hard not to be a little bit condescending in these situations, because I'm just like, I don't have time to waste, and like, this is not going to happen. So anyway, he approached me and I was like, how old are you? And like, he was like 18, and I was like, how old do you think I am? And I don't know, he thought I wasn't that old, and I told him how old I was, and then he was like, yeah, but it's cool, like we could just get to know each other. And I was like, are you ready to have like and now knowing me, guys, you guys knowing me as this, I'm like, how soon are you ready to get married and have children? Oh, I don't know, in like 5 years, like after I've like finished my education. And I was like, yeah, easy, like brother, we're not operating off of the same. And I wasn't even actually serious about either, because you guys know I don't want to do either, but it's just like we're not on the same wavelength. Like I that's what I'm saying, like this whole age thing and age of consent is just kind of a bit of a scam in my opinion, because I'm like, if you have to be given an age like 18, like you're a baby, mate. I'm only 29, like in a couple of days, essentially, basically. You're a baby, like you're a baby. Like, why would I want to entertain this conversation with a little baby? But then you have the same situation. I'm talking to like a 50-year-old guy, and he's just as immature, and it's just like, wow, everybody's immature. Yeah, kill me instead. Like, that's what goes back to my dream. And also, like I said about relationships, it's like I just don't have the time in myself, in my life, like male, female, whatever kind of relationships, family, friend, church, I don't care. I don't have the time to deal with children who are adults. Like, I don't. Like, you don't have to, oh no, you didn't respond to me. Like, you didn't respond to me. I'm not thinking about that. I've got my own stuff to deal with. You reply. Like, I love the friends that I have now because we're very like, we'll contact each other when we have the time, and when we do, it's meaningful. And I'm more like that kind of person. Like, I don't like the question like, hey, how are you? Because to me, if I ask somebody, how are you? I want to know how you actually are. I don't want you to tell me what you think I want to hear, or like just say, oh, I'm good just for the sake of it. No. How are you? Like, what's going on with you at the moment? Like, how are you feeling today? Like, how is your life? I mean it when I say it. Like, that's what I mean when I say like these relationships that we have are just fake. Because I'm like, I want to know how you actually are. If I ask you, hey, how are you? How are you? Like, how are you? Like, this is your moment. Speak, and speak as much as you need to. Like, get everything off of your chest. Like, what are you carrying today? Like, what is your day like? How did you, like, I want to know all the details. Like, how did you wake up this morning? How are you feeling about the day? Like, how are you feeling about life? Like, how are you? Like, how are you? And I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen, and I will listen and listen and listen as much as you need, and like get everything off your chest. So that's another thing where I'm just like, I can't do this thing like of like serious relationships, because like it doesn't go that far. Like, a lot of the time people just say to me, like especially like here in England, yeah. I can't believe I live in England. Honestly, come to think of it, it's kind of insane. Like, what a journey, like, that I would be born, yeah. I'd be African girl, yeah, Zimbabwean, Zambian, born in the United States of America and Florida, and grown up in England, in Essex. What a crazy story that is. I just can't believe it. In England, you know, like when you see someone, like, it's always a, you alright? Like, I do that with my neighbours all the time, you alright? And that's cool because that's just like what you do. But then also like, when you then try to ask people like, no, but how actually are you? Like, people are not used to it. What I've realized in my experience is that people are not used to somebody actually caring enough to actually hear about them and just not interrupt them and not argue with what they're saying. Like, and just let you just speak. Like, just speak. Like, say what you have to say what's on your chest, and just say it. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna like, you're not I'm not gonna tell you that your perspective is wrong. I can disagree with you without seeing your perspective as being wrong. And this is another thing that I've realized in relationships that people can't do, is I can disagree with you and not have to be angry with you. And also I can disagree with you and not have to see this as an argument. A lot of people, as soon as you disagree, they see it like, oh, this is an argument, and now I have to prove myself right. I don't care to prove myself right. I care about what's right. And I don't know what's right until I hear you out. So I'm going to hear you out, and I want to hear your opinion, and I want to hear your perspective, and I want to hear everything you have to say. And I want to make sure I understand, you know. So I ask a lot of questions to people, like a lot of questions, like when people are telling me stories, like, so like, how do you feel about that? It was like yesterday when this guy was downward spiraling, thinking, oh, I approached this woman and like I've been hurt in the past, and he's emotionally downward spiraling. And so I just asked him like straight up, like, have you been cheated on before? Like, because he was acting out. Like, I could have jumped on the defensive and been like, what? Why would you say that about me? Like, what kind of woman do you think I am? Because also, it is offensive that someone would think, to me, it's offensive that somebody would think I would cheat, because I really wouldn't. Like, and I would never. And you can't say you never know. No, I've said it before. I've got plenty of sins that the Lord is going to bring up on Judgment Day, of things I've done wrong. Cheating will not be on the list, because to me, there's a character issue. As I've said, it's a character issue. It's about yourself, and like, you are a coward. Like, I feel like cheating is cowardly. And selfish, because like, no, that's not going to be for me. If I'm done, I'm done. If I'm gone, I'm gone. I'm not going to cheat, because I don't like the idea of the word cheating. Like, I never cheated. Like, I remember once upon a time in an actual physical exam, right, there was a question I did in the exam, and I could see what the person next to me had done on the exam paper, and I didn't know the answer, and I actually crossed my answer out, because I was like, to me, it's like a personal thing of like, I'm not going to be a cheater. I crossed it out. I crossed it out. I was like, no, I'm not gaining an extra mark for the sake of cheating. Like, absolutely not. Like, in any aspect, even games, I don't want to cheat. Like, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not a cheater. Like, in life, I don't cheat. Like, that is loser behavior. Like, losers cheat because they don't have what it takes to win. Like, that's what it is. That's how I look at it. So no, I'm not going to cheat. But yeah, anyway. So this guy, yeah, and he was doing all this, and I was just kind of like talking him down, and I was asking him questions like about where he was coming from, and then he realized that, oh, I might be going about this the wrong way, and I'm like, yeah, that's the point. Like, that's what I'm trying to say, and like, yeah. So I don't know, guys. I just feel like the modern version of relationships, whatever we're living in right now, I don't like it. I don't like this whole like, oh, we'll fake it all at Christmas and New Year's and Easter and this, and we'll all pretend everything is good. I don't like this whole like, oh, we ask each other like, how are you, how's life, but then nobody really means it. I don't know the rules. I don't understand. Like, sorry, I didn't respond to you. Sorry, I'm at work. Like, I'm working. I've got things to do. And actually, I shouldn't have to explain what I'm doing, because you should just respect that I get to use my time as I wish, as I respect that of you. And I would want you, like, I try to wait to talk to people when I can actually give them my full attention, like when I can be present. So that's another random thing where it's like, people take it the wrong way. Like, if you're on a date and then you like put your phone upside down because what you're trying to hide. No, I'm not trying to hide anything. Actually, check my phone if you want to. Like, I'll type in my password and you can look through my phone. I'm putting my phone upside down because I'm trying to stay focused on you. I'm trying to stay focused on you. That's a good song. Focused on you. I'm thinking about my head. In my body, yaddy, yaddy. Oh, that was a banger. She's looking dangerous. Oh, that's such a good song. Anyway, that's such a good song. But I'm focused on you. Like, I'm focusing on this conversation. I'm turning my phone down because I want to stay in the focus. Sorry that I'm putting you first. Like, this is what I mean about humans. I'm just like, none of this stuff makes sense. So yeah, that's why the guy in the dream, and he was like, yeah, I'd just rather go to prison. I'd just rather be done. I was like, I get it. Like, it's like human relationships and being a human is overrated. Like, it's massively overrated. Like, and I don't think people are as happy as they think they are. Like, I think everyone believes that, like, because I have to be grateful, gratefulness has been like warped into something where you have to like be grateful just for the sake of being alive. But like, why is that? Because you didn't choose to be alive. So why do you just automatically have to be grateful? Oh, be grateful that you have life in you. For what? For what? Like, for what reason? Like, I don't get it. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I may circle back. I'm definitely gonna listen to Focused on You for a second, because that was a banger. I used to love that song. And I've been up on your body, yaddy, yaddy, oh, body, yaddy, yaddy. Hey, that was such a banger. But yeah, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, love don't live here. Like, love don't live here. Like, love people for who they are and love people where they're at, and like, love them. Just love them. Like, I don't have any rules and any like things for the love that I would give to somebody, because it's, first of all, it's not necessarily my business. Like, I hate this whole thing of people being like, oh, if I knew you were going through this, or if I knew this was happening for you, I would have done this. It's like, no, you should have done that anyway. I shouldn't have to tell everybody my whole life story for you to then be like, oh, now I have patience for you because I understand you've been through some stuff. No, you should have the patience anyway. And you shouldn't expect me to have to tell you. Like, that's why I don't like telling people stuff about me. Because, yeah, as soon as they start to know, they're like, oh, that's really sad, or that's really hard. And it's like, you could have done that before, like, but now you're only feeling sorry because you had the context. Like, what gives you the right to need the context? Who are you? Like, what makes you so special that you need to know specifically? I have to divulge my all the things about me for you to now like show me some respect. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's why I don't ask that of anyone. I don't expect anybody to tell me their life story for me to, like, it's the same way, like I said, about someone being homeless or like and whatever. Like, I don't need you to tell me your story. I don't need to judge whether you're going to spend the money on drugs or not. You're a person who's in need, and you're human, and you deserve the right to just live and to have life. And like, it's not my place to decide that to have to sit there as judge and jury. Like, who am I? I'm not judge or jury. I'm not the judge or jury. I'm just another human. I'm just another fallen human being, just like the rest of us. Like, who am I going to be to sit here and then be like, oh no, I'm going to choose now because, like, no, it's not my place. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't like relationship. I don't like people. Like, I just don't like people. Like, to be honest, that's what it is. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna listen to Focus on You for a second, and then maybe record another video. Maybe go back. Who knows? I have free will. Anyways, you guys, I'm grateful to be getting stuff off my chest. Like, and I feel like I'm speaking more, like, ever since last night, like, more from the heart than from the head, which is unusual for me, like, to be honest with you. But I feel like I just have to get it off my chest, and I'm trying my best to lead by example. Like, let's all start just talking about the things we just need to talk about. And, like, when I say to you guys about, like, love don't live here, like, I want you guys to understand why I say that. Like, this is what I mean by love don't live here. Because, like, even with love, like, anyway, we'll leave that there, you guys. If life's a game, was played to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.